Hey you, welcome to or welcome back to Keisha's House, Motivation and Inspiration. I'm Keisha, and as always, I'm so glad that you stopped by. So today is Monday, January 23rd, and I cannot believe how quickly this month has passed by. We are in the final full week of January already. I feel like it was just yesterday that I was sitting here saying Happy New Year. So for many of you, I know that you're probably also thinking this month has gone by so fast, and there's already so much happening in the year. For me, for example, I'm in the middle of a move. I'm changing my job in a couple weeks. It's been go, go, go. And even in the midst of all of the craziness, well, we have to keep just moving on. You know, there are times where life can get so challenging and so overwhelming, and there's just so many moving parts that you may just want to call out, time out. I know I do at times. But even in the midst of it all, we don't have that luxury. We don't have the luxury to say, I need to just pause for a moment. And even in the midst of all of that, there's always a lesson that we can learn. You know, I have boxes all throughout my house. In fact, they're coming today to take everything out, including the very chair that I'm sitting in. And even in the middle of all of that, people keep asking me, how are you staying so calm? Well, I'm staying calm because I know it's all going to work out. Yes, we're going to have a couple weeks of discomfort. Yes, we're going to have to live out of our suitcases for maybe a couple weeks or even potentially a couple months. But when we get so focused and so caught up in the details that we have zero control over, we start to fall apart. But there's a task that we have at hand, and that is to just keep pressing forward with our days and our weeks, because everything else will just come together. All right, let me tell you about a quick story that happened this past weekend. So my son plays basketball, and what was interesting is that he had a game yesterday, but he also had a game earlier in the week. And the game earlier in the week, he did excellent. His team won, but he got kicked out of the game for having too many fouls. Now, as a mom who has no clue of what is happening during a basketball game, all I really have to offer is to yell defense and then to yell, make the shot. That's about it. I don't know all of the details, but I know it was a moment for him where he was so frustrated because he wanted to be out on that court with his team. It's a team that has so many different variations when it comes to skill, and my son oftentimes is a key player where there's a shot that he can make, but I love how he will give the ball to one of his teammates to give them the opportunity to make the shot. And if you fast forward just a few more days after, he had another game. And in this game, they had lost. I mean, it was a nail biter. They were playing so well, and it came down to the last 20 seconds of the game in 1 point. 1 point meant either winning or losing. And although they had lost, I truly believe that my son had won. All right, let me explain. Although his team may have lost on the scoreboard, I truly believe my son had won the actual game. And what I mean is, when we were walking out, everyone is saying, good game, good game. All of the spectators that were watching were cheering on the boys. But there was one comment in particular that really stood out. In fact, it came from the coaches on the opposite team. They came to my son and they said, not only good game, but they struggled to find the words because they were awestruck. They were shocked at my son's behavior in the game. The coach was staring at him and struggled to find the words as he encouraged my son in his character. He mentioned to him how in the middle of the chaos of the game, he heard my son encouraging his teammates. They heard my son being positive and encouraging throughout the entire game. Yes, we could all see him give up shots to ensure that he was playing the game of basketball as a team and not just as a sole individual. But not only was he displaying good character and good leadership and good sportsmanship, but the words that were coming out of his mouth matched. And as a mother, that felt amazing. Because to me, the win isn't on the scoreboard all the time. We can't always win. But what matters most is our behavior through the pressure, our behavior through the chaos. You know, the quote for this week is, true character is revealed in the choices a human being makes under pressure. True character is revealed in the choices a human being makes under pressure. Yes, my son showed great character on that court in the middle of a game where tempers are rising and everyone wants to win. But he kept his character. And for some, that is so much pressure that they would not be able to keep pressing forward. But we are. Because even under the pressure, even in the midst of what seems to be chaos, we find our character. We've learned to be flexible. We've learned to not allow life happen to us, but to ebb and flow with what life challenges bring us. What is it that is putting pressure on you today? What is it that is coming up that you're getting concerned about or worried about or pressure about? It's not about winning and losing. Life has ups and downs and challenges. Some things are easy, some things are a little bit more difficult. But what are you going to do? How are you going to act in the end? Where will you be when you overcome the challenge? Will you still have your character? Will you still be able to rise above? Will you be able to be flexible so you can find success? Although my son did not win the game with points on that scoreboard, he did earn the respect of the other players as well as their coaches and their fans. And to me, I think that matters more. When we have life pressure and challenges, our character is what is truly going to define our success. Our character, our flexibility, our eagerness to learn, our willingness to see wins and losses as wins and learning opportunities. That's the challenge this week. This week, let's challenge ourselves to press into the pressures of our lives, but to focus on our character and not see it as a win, lose, or pass, fail. But see it as lessons learned and character built. I know it's not easy. I know this challenge for this week is not easy, but it's one that I know you can overcome. True character is revealed in the choices a human being makes under pressure. What choices are you going to make under the pressure? That's the challenge for this week, and I know you're going to be successful. Till next time, I'll see you soon. Bye.